Okay, hey Vincent, how are you?
I'm doing good, thanks.
I was told by our Patreon supporters that I needed to come and have a look at this. This
All
is
right.
the Cyma Forma, which is a very unique looking instrument.
Thanks.
So tell me about it.
So this is what we call the analog Soundscape Synthesizer. We designed it kind of to create different atmospheres and evolve from it. It's divided in 3 sections. The white knobs here are the voices. We got 5 oscillators. The first one is a sine, then we got oscillator 2 to 5, which are either triangle or sawtooth waveforms. You play as gates here, or you can just turn off the volume to have a continuous sound. You can play with the pitch and the frequency of each of the oscillators here. They can be free of any notes or scales, or they can actually be quantized and follow each scale that you choose here. So for now there is 5 scales, from chromatic, major, minor, minor pentatonic, and kind of a Byzantine one. Each of these voices have panning left and right.
Alright, okay, so it's like a drone instrument to a degree.
It was based, at least at the beginning, it was a drone instrument, but with this harmonic quantizer we wanted to add some kind of a more melodic generator as well.
Right,
we get some noise as well. Everything from the voices section is going into a stereo filter. It's inspired by the Korg MS-20. For now we have just one filter with where you can play with the cutoff frequency, the resonance, and there is kind of a crossfade between low pass and high pass here. Next prototype we add a second column for having bend and notch possibilities. Everything then goes into a stereo delay where you can play with the volume, the feedback. Feedback all the way up is infinite feedback. You've got the
I guess you need some
well.
modulation or some movement to make the delay.
And yeah, and I'm coming to it. So from there you got your core sound basically, and then you create movement with this section, which is the modulation section movement, we called it. We got 2 LFOs, and each of the columns here corresponds to a column in the matrix. So LFO1 is here, LFO2 is here. We've got a random as well, where you can play with the amplitude, frequency, and offset the whole thing. And the last column is one of the most important for us. We called it outline. It's an envelope follower. And by default, it's gonna take in the audio source from the built-in microphone.
Okay.
And this organic kind of linear shape that it will create, we will be able to use it to modulate each of the 17 parameters that we have here, which are the destination of the modulation.
All right, so those are pins, and this is presumably pins.
And yes, you connect then the sources to the destination with a pin. So maybe I can start the demo now.
Yeah.
So maybe I can choose the minor pentatonic. I laid out a chord. I can change the shape. Everything goes into this filter then, this delay, sorry. So you could go from drony to melodic, and then you add modulation. Let's say I want a tremolo on these 2 oscillators, for example. I'll choose the amplitude, sorry for that, and go oscillator 3 and 4. I can change the shape, so all the way right we have a triangle cross-fading up to a square wave. And we could use the second LFO, for example, for the cutoff of the filter. Oh, it's transposed, sorry.
Is there any input for notes, or is are all the notes tuned via the faders, or can you have control voltage in?
I'm sorry, I didn't get it.
Are all the notes controlled via the faders, or can you control them externally?
You can control via external, yes. You have MIDI compatibility, you have CV and pitch, CV pitch and gate. The faders are, yes, playing the note for 2 octave, and then the MIDI for now, it's transposing the whole ambience and the whole atmosphere that you created, so it's going to transpose it chromatically. For the next prototype, we are working towards voice splitting.
Ah, okay, right.
And I could create a melody here with the sample and hold, for example, on oscillator 5. And I was telling you the outline is what's connect the alt to the rest of the world or to its environment. Here I get it's connected actually here. So you see the mic reacting here, and then I could just put a pin here. Play with the speed of the delay, or I could actually plug in maybe a drum machine. And then from this I have a beat I can play with.
Hypnotic.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. We get lost in it, that's the purpose. And we could do that on the speed. We could play kind of a sidechain kind of thing. We could sync the LFO, kind of, it's not syncing, it's kind of resetting them. So we've had LFO2 going into the
that's nice. So this is a prototype.
It's our second prototype, yes. We are working towards the next prototype by mid of July. Mid of July, the purpose of this booth is also to gather all the feedback from everyone and see what's the feature are missing, what can we fine-tune. By mid of July we should have a third prototype where, as I was telling you, we'll add a column for a second filter, we'll add maybe custom scales.
So when are you launching it via Kickstarter or something?
Yes, we have a Kickstarter coming next week on May 22nd, and then next prototype by mid-July, and we have production ready by November.
What's the sort of the basic offer for the Kickstarter? Have you fixed a starting point?
It's going to be the price, you're asking for the price, it's going to be $7.90.
Okay, cool.
$7.90, the first for the early adopters. Yeah.
And when do you think it'll be finally in the world in production?
Finally in the world, so by November we should have the production ready version. It's going to be shipped to the rest of the world, to all the backers by beginning of February next year. So starting February next year, it should be, I hope everywhere, online and in the stores. Yeah.
Oh, right, okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, thank you.